don't know, it's about 20 something years ago, 22, 24 years ago, I learned how to do that. It's not hard at all to put a computer together like that. I've got, all I got is a high school education. I probably read, my reading comprehension and everything's probably like on a fifth grade level. So, my goodness, I mean, you think somebody like me could do that? I have no idea what my IQ is. All you got to do to know put the computer together is you got to learn. This ain't that hard. Just got to learn what a motherboard is, a CPU heatsink, RAM, the GPU, case, and there's a power supply. That's it. I think that's it. That's all you got to do to put that together. You got your motherboard. Oh, let me start from the very top. You got your case, and then in here there's a power supply. So case, power supply. Power supply just supplies power to everything, and it hooks the wire. See these wires right there go into that? That goes to the power supply. So you got those two things, case, power supply. Then you got your motherboard, CPU, and RAM. That's 5 things there, isn't it? Case, power supply, motherboard, CPU, RAM. Then you got your GPU, heat sink. There's about 8 or 9 things. You just got to know what they are and how they plug together. That's it. The rest of it, you put a thumb drive in the back here and the Windows system loads itself. How is that hard to do? A 5th grader could do that, guys. 5th grader could do that. It's correct. A 5th grader. I'd say a 5th grader could probably do that. You don't even have to have a high school education to do that. All you got to know is, let's say, probably 10 components at the most, somewhere between 7 to 10 components, what they are, how they snap together. That motherboard, okay, controls everything, and inside the motherboard you just put everything on optimal setting, and the motherboard does all the hard drive, all the, I'll say it here, software stuff. The motherboard and the operating system does all the, it's so easy to do. I'm telling you, if you got a 5th grade education, if you're 5th grade reading, math, or whatever, I could show you how to put one together in probably about 30 days. You'd be on your way of doing it. It's not hard. If you're wondering, Tim, if it's not that hard to do, why don't you try building computers and selling them? I've tried that before and I lost money. Matter of fact, about whenever it was ago, I'm trying to remember, it was over 10 years ago. I believe it was about somewhere like 12, 14 years ago, when I learned how to do that, I thought, man, this is not hard to do. I can build a computer. It's not that hard to do. I thought, I can do that. And it was so cool that I could learn how to do that. I was really proud of myself because them things are so cool. And then I thought, why couldn't I build these things and sell them? I mean, nowadays to build something like that, you could snap one together and get everything together within 2 to 3, let's say 3 hours tops. I mean, I could probably put one together in an hour, but to get all the wiring and everything looking nice, to get it to look nice, I don't want to spend a little bit of time on it, dressing it up and everything. Tops 3 hours. And if I just fixed it where I made $100 per computer, that's about $33 an hour, wouldn't it? That's what I thought about so many years ago, whenever it was. I can't remember exactly the year. It was about 12, 14 years ago. I thought to myself, man, if I could put these together and see when you build one, you can build one a whole lot cheaper than you can buying one. Like, you go to newegg.com, I'm going to show you here in a minute. You go to places online, you can buy these components a whole lot cheap. It's a whole lot cheaper to to do what I did. That's like a $1,500 computer. I can't sell it for that. I've already tried. The most I can get out of that's $600, and it's worth more to me than. I don't want to sell it. After all that money and all that hard work, I don't want to sell that thing. $1,500. I'd lose $900, wouldn't I? And about 12, 14 years ago, I rolled the dice, used a credit card, bought a bunch of computer stuff, put together a bunch of computers because I thought I could make a living out of that, and I lost money so bad I had to file bankruptcy. I swear I had to file bankruptcy because I thought I was just so certain that I could put a computer together, because you can buy the parts and build it yourself a lot cheaper than buying it, and I thought, man, I can make money at this. I know I can. And I had a credit card, and I went out and bought a bunch of computer parts, and I had about a couple computers. I sold one to my brother, younger brother, Tracy, and I sold one to a friend of mine, Frank. And that was it. And I lost money. I lost money on that. Actually, my brother, I didn't make any money. I just charged. He just paid me for the parts. I put it together for my brother for free. I didn't charge any. I could have charged that my brother, but it's my brother. I ain't gonna charge him. He gave me the joy because I love doing that. It's kind of fun. But yeah, I lost money on that. I thought at the time it seemed like such a good idea. But it wasn't. I lost money on that. And this computer right here that you're seeing, if you're thinking that I just went out one day and bought $1,000 worth of parts and put that together, no, that did not happen. That took me a couple of years to put together. Some of that stimulus check a few years ago. This computer was built. This computer is about 4 years old right now. From 2020 to about 2014 or 15, somewhere around there. That's how long it took me, about 5 or 6 years to put that together. It's like one day I bought the motherboard. A couple months later, I bought the RAM. A couple months later, I bought the GPU. A couple months later, and it actually took me it wasn't a couple of months. It took me a long time. It took me about 5 years to get all that together. Now, if I had the money, if I had like $1,500 now, I could go out and buy all the components and put that together in one day. But because of my strictly limited income, it took me a while to get that together because that's just the way I had to do it. I knew how to do that. I mean, in the beginning, before I built that one, I used a credit card and bought a bunch of computer parts, and I didn't make no money in it. So I know how to do it. But then on that one there, when I didn't make no money, I wasn't going to use no more credit cards to go out and buy computer parts. So I just had to take my time with that. It took me several years to put that together. I had to wait until like the power supply that's in that thing right now. It's got a EVGA, if I'm saying it right, EVGA power supply in there. That's 1,000 watts. That normally cost about $200, but back in 2018 or 19, January 2018 or 19, I was in Best Buy, and they had these EVGA power supplies on clearance in January because they were a year old. They're normally $200. I got it for $100. At the time, I didn't need a power supply, but that was such an excellent brand, excellent 1,000 watt. I had to get it. I had to do it. I think, that was like 2018 or 19. And now I got an excellent power supply for that thing. It probably lasted me a long time. Yeah, it took me a long, long time to put that together. It didn't just happen overnight, folks. It'd be nice if I had about $1,500 right now. I'd go slap one together. If I had about $1,500, I could slap one together. maybe sell it for $1,600, make $100, but I don't know of anybody that'll buy them. As a matter of fact, if I want to sell that computer, there's only one guy I know that'll buy my computer. And that's this guy that sells computers, and he's only going to give me $600 on that thing. I'll lose $900. I can't sell that. I can't sell that. Anyway, let's go over here in my Apple computer, and I want to show you some things I like to show you. Okay, I'll let you know how I'm doing this video. I got a video camera over my shoulder here, looking down what I'm looking at on my computer screen, and then I am screen videoing this. You can screenshot, and you can screen video. And then when I go into my, let me show you here real quick. I'll go into my iMovie here, and I'll put them together right here in front of this. So anyway, that's how I'm making this video. I kind of figured this out on my own, just some, oh God, my friggin' neck. I kind of figured this out on my own. You know something I figured out the other day? Let me show you here real quick about my computer. I've got the M2 Mac Mini. I want the M4 really, really bad, because the M4 is going to give me enough RAM. It's going to be a little better CPU, GPU. It's just, I think if I can get the M4, I will keep it a while. But anyway, show you something here. Hold on, I went over the wrong thing. Hold on a minute here. Give me just a second. I'm going to show you something here. It takes me a few minutes to figure this out. And then we go under information about. How did I do that? Let me look at this here. Oh, this thing came with a 1-year warranty, and I've expired the warranty. I could have bought the Apple Care, but Apple will still help you. Matter of fact, I need to call them today about something on my computer here today. But anyway, how did I do that? I'm trying to figure out how I did something here. I went under about, let me see. I went under about. I went under that. How did I do? Oh, it's under system report. There we go. Here we go. I had to think about it here a minute. How did I do this? Sometimes I figure out things all the time on computers by accident, and I'm like, how did I do that? I don't remember how I did that. But this is all the information on my computer. 8 gigabytes of memory. If I get a newer one, it's 16 gigabytes. So, oh, look at all that info. Storage. Give me a second here. 8 gigabytes of RAM, type DDR5. I got DDR5 in this computer, didn't even know it. I've seen computers with DDR5, and my computer over there is DDR4. I can't tell any difference between DDR5. I mean, I know I'm not saying it's not any faster. I'm sure DDR5 is faster. I just don't see the difference. I'm just showing you right now my would-haves if I could-haves. This is just one of these videos I'm doing here now. I wished I could, but I probably won't be able to do all this. Possibility I might be able to at Christmas time get a good deal on this, but we'll see. Sometimes I get Christmas gifts from family members that might help me with this. I don't know. But this thing right here, I can upgrade. I can trade that. The Mac Mini that I have now, I can trade it in for the M4 Mac Mini, and the base model's fine with me. Of course, I'd like to have the Pro. The more CPUs, the more GPUs, the more everything, the better, of course. But this one right here is plenty computer for me. I think it's cool how they made it so small. This is from the Apple web page. Look at this, they shrunk it down to 5" by 5". Look, they put, this is a good idea. They put the speaker thing right there. That's where you like hook into my speakers. And then it's got these USB-C jacks here in front. And then that's the back side. I heard somebody say in a YouTube video that they are glad they kept the power supply inside of the Mac Mini, but in my opinion, I wonder why they like that, because I don't like that idea. I would like, let me show you what I'm talking about here. You know what they did with the, let me show you something here in a minute. Give me a second. If I can find it. You know what they did with these things, right? That's the wrong thing. That's the display. So I mean to pull that up. Hit the wrong thing. Oh shoot, hit the wrong button. I'm really good at that. I'm really good at hitting the wrong button. These things right here, the iMacs, they put the power supply in the cord. The iMacs. I would love to have one of them. But that's way more. It's like double the amount of money as the Mac Mini. And I already got, the difference is that's double the amount of money because you get the screen with it. Double the amount of money. And I already got screens. I don't need screens, which it would still be cool to have one of them. I could hook these two screens up to that probably, especially the M4, and have 3 screens, but I don't know. That's a little overkill, but these things here, see where its cord goes in? The power supply, I guess they had to put the power supply. I think it's so thin they can't fit a power supply in there. But I personally wish they had the power supply outside of the Mac Mini. They could probably make it even smaller if they had the power. Yeah, they could. They make it even smaller if they had the power supply outside of the Mac Mini. Who knows? They may be doing that down the road. But see, when the power supply is outside of the Mac Mini, and if you have a power supply component problem, you just buy a new cord because the power supply is in the cord. I think if they had the power supply in the cord, and then it'd be cool if they had this on the bottom where it would be easy to detach. There's how it cools. This is just some of my ideas on how I think it's to make a better device. See this bottom piece right here? If they had that where it detaches pretty easy, and underneath you could like put in new RAM, real easy, take out new RAM, or put in a new hard drive, take out a new hard drive, really RAM and hard drive. Really, I'm thinking graphics card maybe too, I don't know, but at least if you could do the RAM and hard drive underneath. But Apple, when they make their computers, they're funny about security. They're like overkill, over top on security. They fix these devices where you have to have a computer pro to work on them, or they fix them where you have to have a computer pro to work on them. And number 2, if somebody was to steal that thing and they was to take they'd have to be a pro to take the thing apart and to sell the parts. They'd have to be, you can't be an amateur and take one of them things apart. So I think it's all about security. I think for Christmas, if I get anything for Christmas from my family, I would rather have one of these, because is there a way of me showing you trade-in? Let me see here a minute here. Wait a minute. Here, trade-in. Look at this. See, they'll trade in Android. They trade in CPs and everything. But look right here. That's on the phones. That's on the phones. Shoot. How did I do that? I can't remember how I done that. Give me a second here. Oh, let's go under this. Okay, here we go. Maybe. iMac. Where is it? Okay, here it is right here. It says Mac Mini up to 300, and that says up to 360. That says up to $365. I've already called and asked because I was curious. They told me if I was to trade my Mac Mini in, they'd give me $260 for it. So if that thing, I've already done the math. If that thing is $599, take away $260 plus sales taxes, I can upgrade to the Mac Mini 4 for just $375. Now, if somehow I can talk them into giving me the student discount, I know I'm not a student, but somehow if there was some way I could make up some story, my son, if I can make up some story, this is for my son, he's a student. Since he's a student, I don't have a son, I'd be lying, of course. My son's a student. Can I buy this for my son for Christmas and get the student discount since he's a student? Lie to him. But I don't know if you lie, if I'd come back and bite you in the butt or not. If I could get the student discount, that's another $100 off, which means I could get it for $274 or something like that. But if I can't do that, I can upgrade this thing for just $374. Let me show you something else. I wished I could do both. Hold on, let me get newegg.com here. Newegg.com. What is this right here? PC Builders. What's that all about? Oh. Well, this is interesting. I didn't know they had this. These are bare bone kits. These are kits to where you can buy CPU, motherboard, RAM, GPU, and a case. And probably for that much money, it's got to be more than that. You can buy all that for $2,200. So you can, that's a lot of money, isn't it? See here, you can buy, that's called a bare bone kit, I think. It used to be called, I guess it's still called a bare bone kit, where you buy all the components and you put it together. Usually you can get it cheaper like that. But I don't know, them prices there are kind of high. This one right here, 11, that right there is interesting. That's like $1,138 for all this. Look at this. Power supply, case, storage. That's the real fast CPU too. That's the real fast. That's the fastest M.2 drive right there, that Samsung 990. And then you get your water cooled heat sink. Holy cow, that is a really, okay. Well, that's a B, that's the 2000, the reason why that's so cheap is because that is the 2020 model, because it's the B550. That's not the most current system. It's all brand new, but 12 core, put a 12 core CPU in there. So that right there, the reason why that's so cheap is because that's a 2020 model computer. Okay. Let's see what this one is. This one here is $2,200. Okay, now this is the current. And it's a 16 core GPU. Look how expensive this sucker is. You see, this component here, I could use a different, that's for the heat sink. You could get, really you don't have to have, that probably comes with a heat sink. So you wouldn't have to pay that, you wouldn't have to pay $84. Storage, I could get a cheaper storage than that. Power supply, you could get it, I know I could get a cheaper power supply than that. If I bought these components individually, I know I can get this thing cheaper than this. Case. All this stuff here is really good stuff. That's $2,200. I bet I could slice it down to $1,500, $1,600 on other parts. But anyway, over here is my cart. And the other day I was playing around. If I was to, I've got a DDR4 computer over there, and I would love to upgrade that thing to a DDR5. And these components right here that I put in this cart shows 300, and that's the same amount of money it would take to upgrade my Mac Mini to the M4. Same exact money. But anyway, if I upgraded that thing to a DDR5, then I'd have two DDR5 computers because my M2 is DDR5. But anyway, these are the components I would need. I know this is a 6-core, but this is the Zen 4. That over there's a Zen 3. That one over there is an 8-core, but it's a Zen 3. It's the 2020 version 8-core. This is like the 2022 version 6-core. Whenever you go up a generation on CPUs, even though that's a 6-core and that's an 8-core, normally 8 cores can multitask faster or more faster than 6 cores normally, because there are more cores and there's more threads. But since this is the later gen, the Gen 4 6-core will always be faster than the 8-core, the last generation before it. Even if that thing was this thing would be faster than 12-core probably, even though it's a 6-core. I mean, this CPU right here. Let me show you something here. Give me just a second. Let me show you something here. Bear with me. I'm gonna show you something. About to end the video here in a little bit. I'm gonna teach you something here about computers that I'm very aware of. Let me just say it. I'm looking one up here. Give me just a second, about to get there. I wouldn't mind having that one because it's got the graphics. Look how much it costs. It's so cheap. Anyway. Look how much this sucker is. $162. I don't have money anyway. What is the damn thing? I looked at the wrong thing. Oh, I see what I did wrong here. Supposed to do that. See what I did wrong. Here we go. That's it right there, I think. Isn't it? Is that it? I think it is. It's 5,800. Mine's 58. Hold on here. There it is. That's not it either. Heck, I can't remember. Hold on, let me look up here a minute on my computer, see what it is. Can't quite remember. I'll pull it up here. Just about to tell him. Look, mine, I know it's 5,800 something. 5800X, okay. I see it now, it's 5800X, okay. So mine's 50, I knew it's 5800 something. Mine's, where is it? I know it's gotta be in here. That's 5800X, but that's the 3D one. I don't have that one. I wished I had that one. Here it is right here. God, it's gone down a lot. Okay, you see this one right here? It's an 8-core. See this one? That's the one I got. Man, it's dropped in price. Used to be worth a lot more than that. This one, 6-core, is faster than that one. 8-core, because it's the latest gen. So, anyway, let me back up here a minute. Anyway, so this would be so cool. It's like the exact same price to upgrade that to DDR5 to upgrade this to the M4. Man, I wish I could do both. Both would be 600, 700. If I did them both, it'd be like 700 or 800, somewhere between $700 and $800 to. If I had $800 for sure, I'd have a little bit of money left over. I could upgrade my M1 or M2 Mac Mini to M4, and I could upgrade my PC over there to DDR5. That'd be so cool if I could do that. Anyway, okay, this is just Tim's Tech Talk here, talking about computers and everything. So I'm going to end the video. Oh my gosh. I gotta grab my camera and my video. I appreciate you watching my Tim's Tech Talk. Thanks.